The New York Jets offense was humming in Week 12 with Mike White under center as he put up 31 points on the Chicago Bears in a home victory. Steve Serby, the great New York Post sports columnist, he joins me now from MetLife Stadium. Steve, how you doing? How's your holiday weekend?
Very good, Dex. How about you?
Mine was well, and if you're a Jet fan, this holiday weekend ended pretty nicely for you. Now, Steve, Mike White, he made his first start of his season, this season I should say, and he was pretty impressive. So, should Jets fans be excited about this performance, or should they pump the brakes because the Jets were playing the Chicago Bears?
No pumping the brakes. Look, you only can beat whatever team and whatever quarterback is in front of you. They beat Trevor Siemian. I don't care if that was Sid Luckman or Jim Harbaugh or Jim McMahon or Jake Cutler. Doesn't matter. The Jets haven't made the playoffs in 11 years. Why pump the brakes now? Mike White looks like the real deal. So all gas, no brakes. Let's ride with Mike White. If I'm a Jet fan, that's what I'm thinking right now.
I understand. Got to be all in on the Mike White experience. Now, you wrote a column before the Bears game stating that the Jets know that Mike White, gives them a better shot at making the playoffs than Zach Wilson. So does the Jets' victory on Sunday further solidify that point?
No question about it. Mike White is the man you want, the quarterback you want, chasing a playoff berth. Zach Wilson showed he was not ready for prime time. The Mike White we saw today was mature, poised, even-keeled, calm, accurate. And the thing about Mike White is he will more often than not make the right play. He's a commander in the huddle. In Mike White, they trust. In Mike White, they believe. And look, he completed passes to 10 wide receivers in the first half. Look at what Garrett Wilson does with Mike White as his quarterback, 2 touchdown catches. Look at Elijah Moore. He joined the party today with a touchdown catch. I mean, this guy, again, is who you want and who the players want, and of course who the Jet fans want as the quarterback. And Robert Saleh made the right decision. Mike LaFleur looked like an elite offensive coordinator today, and it's because of Mr. Mike White, or as I call him, Mike Wright.
Mike Wright. Well, we'll see if he is the right quarterback for the Jets. You talked about who wanted him. The players, they look to be pretty uplifted today. The fans, they were chanting Mike White's name at MetLife Stadium. The offense, they haven't looked this good for the Jets offense in quite some time, Steve. So yay or nay, will we see Zach Wilson starting under center again this season, or is this Mike White's job to lose right now?
Jets country, let's ride Mike White. Look, they're in a playoff hunt. The Chargers just won a game. They're 6-5. The Bengals won again. They're 7-4. The Jets are 7-4. I think for Zach Wilson to return to the Jets lineup under center, Mike White either will have to get hurt or the Jets will have to fall out of the playoff race. And with that defense, I don't believe they'll be falling out of the playoff race. They can play complementary football now with Mike White, and it's going to come down to the end of the season. The Jets are going to have to win their home games with the Lions and Jaguars, because the next 2 weeks they're in Minnesota and in Buffalo, and then they're at Seattle and at Miami. And when the pressure's on, I think you want Mike White to stand and deliver for the New York Jets and the Jet fan base.
Who would have thought at the beginning of this season that we would have been talking about Mike White at the end of the season? And do remember, people, Steve Serby had predicted that the Jets could win 9 games. They are only 2 wins away from that right now.
That is, look, Zach Wilson, Zach Wilson is the quarterback of the future, maybe, but definitely Mike White is the quarterback of the present. And I'm just curious, Dex.
Yeah.
Have you ever had people at SNY Studio chanting your name?
No, that has not happened. If people are chanting my name, it might be my producer Lee telling me to get in the studio. It might be that. That's the closest thing we come to a chant. That's maybe what we see. That's about it.
Well, I foresee it happening one day.
Okay. Well, hey, if it is, that means you're doing something good. It's better than getting booed, right? That's not what you want. Mike White's off to a pretty good start in his first start with the Jets this season. Steve Serby, he's always off to a good start in whatever he does. Steve, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dex.